Hi friends, welcome to Jaja Draws. Well, my goose child stole my shoes, which, given that she is a goose child, I suppose was incredibly predictable. But that leaves me in need of my own pair, since apparently the goose shoes aren't mine anymore. So I grabbed a new pair of canvas shoes and I decided to do an homage to one of my other favorite modern characters, Gritty. Now folks, I have loved Gritty since I'm not sure if Gritty has pronouns, but anyway, I have loved Gritty since Gritty first came on the scene. The overwhelming response of Philly that they were going to embrace this horrible orange monstrosity, this nightmare Muppet, as their personal mascot, not just for the hockey team, but like for the city of Philly overall. It just touched my heart in a deep and profound way. I feel like when we can accept our own inner monstrosity and just let our freak flag fly, then we're really at our best as human beings. You gotta embrace your flaws.
No, 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 no.
Okay, maybe not that flaw, but you know, flaws in general. So I loved my beautiful orange nightmare-fueled friend the moment they stepped on the scene, because it felt like Philly just being like, yes, this is the depths of our soul and we will not be ashamed. And like, that just brought me joy. But I have to say, in recent times, with Gritty's strong anti-fascism stance, my admiration for that Muppet has only grown. Now, I want to make it clear, I don't actually live in Philadelphia. Therefore, I feel somewhat sheepish about claiming Gritty in any kind of personal way. But at the same time, I kind of feel like maybe it's okay. Like, Gritty wants to be claimed. Gritty wants to become the mascot for all of us who are Gritty in our hearts, you know? So, despite the fact that I live outside of Boston, and despite the fact that a number of my friends who were born and raised here have deep, deep feelings about Philadelphia sports teams, I quite cheerfully feel like I'm ready to wear Gritty merchandise and support Gritty sponsored events and paint my very own custom Gritty shoes with those terrifying orange eyes staring out of them. Okay, maybe I should talk a little bit about what I actually did here. First of all, I'm just going to plug these shoes simply because I tried them on and they were really comfortable. Like, obviously not sponsored, not affiliated, nothing like that. Just the Easy A's. They were really comfy when I tried them on. And I'm a little bit of a connoisseur of comfortable shoes, so I think I know what I'm talking about here. They've got a cushy sole, and I really enjoyed working on that nice black canvas, although it did make it very difficult to get solid white or orange because the black really really cut through that. I felt like I was working in shades of gray for a long time. But that being said, once I got the color to a level that I liked, I really felt like it's super vibrant against the black. So I really liked that. All I did was sketch out the eyes and place the pupils and then have at it with the paint. I found after wearing the Goose shoes one time that all of my paint worked fine and it seems solid and holding except for the white. And I don't know why that is. I do have a different brand of white. Most of my paint is folk art, but the white is a large thing of craft essentials, and it's possible that it's because of the different brand of paint. I think it's also possible because I mixed the white differently than I mixed the other colors, and I think I may have left it too thick, not enough of the homemade fabric medium in it. So if you're doing something like this at home yourself, keep in mind that even though it's frustrating to paint with really thin layers, that's I think what's gonna make your paint job stay. Like essentially you wanna be painting thin enough that you can still see the texture of the canvas underneath the paint. If you get anything thick enough that you can no longer see the texture, there's a really good chance that it's gonna crack when you're done, if what you're working with is acrylics mixed with a homemade fabric medium. You're gonna find out eventually, I'm not there yet, that all I painted on these were the toes, the sides, and then I painted some words across the back. I just love the idea of making it look like Gritty was staring up from the shoes at whoever was walking by. I did look at some pictures of him. These are more cartoonish than Gritty himself, Gritty itself, Gritty self is. Sorry, sometimes when you don't know what pronouns you're working with, your English gets really, really mangled. But anyway, Gritty is very cartoonish, but the fake Muppet fur that is on the costume does have a lot of distinct detail in it, and I probably could have tried for that, but I was really worried that if I layered a ton of paint that the shoes were going to crack, and I do want these to be wearable and practical things. I don't just want them to be display items. So I decided to go ahead and stop with a more cartoonish version instead of trying to make it look like actual Muppet fur. But I do love how vibrant that orange is on the black, and overall I do love the end vibe of the shoes. So there's a little bit of a, let me say, slogan that I feel like Gritty has, and it's not because there's any official catchphrase of Gritty, but I think it's more like an energy. I think it's an energy that a lot of us have been feeling recently, and it's a two-part phrase. And I'm not going to say the first part of the phrase because I'm not actually sure what YouTube's rules are regarding that sort of thing. But the second part of the phrase is, and find out. So, again, I wanted to be able to wear these out in public, and there are certain places that don't appreciate if you wear clothing that has profanity written on it. So, I just wrote find out on the back of the shoes. But I think the first part of the phrase is definitely implied. Clearly I learned nothing from the Goose shoes because I did actually go ahead and use washi tape again on these. But the soles were a lot easier to mask off, so I guess it didn't turn out too terribly. I have to say, I am in love with my Gritty shoes. I want an entire orange and black outfit to walk around in. I want to go character bounding in a Gritty outfit because Gritty's energy and my energy merge so well together. I have been writing whiny, emo, grunge songs of love to Gritty while I have been working on these shoes. You guys, I adore Gritty, and I love my shoes, and I hope you enjoyed watching me make them.
Pretty, your face and figure aren't pretty, but I wish I lived in your city, 'cause I think on the inside you're just as crazy as I am. We could have come from the same family. So I'm just saying, Gritty, this recent year has been shitty, but I find your antics witty, and you bring me joy. So thanks, friend.